All right, guys. Welcome back to the Pulse with Willie and Al. How's it going, bro?
Oh man, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it is, right?
It's cool. Yeah, no, man, it's we are today is Wednesday. We're recording this. Tomorrow night starts the NFL season, and god damn it, am I excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Sunday kind of started it for me when we started
Yeah,
drafting, but
fantasy drafts.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
Woo.
definitely here, man. And it's not going away for 5 months. So,
Nah.
I'm really pumped about that. Leaves are going to
Things
start
thi-
changing too. So,
yeah. Things I am ready for. I am ready to stay up late on a Monday
mhm.
to sweat out a Monday night football game, make sure that I win a week in fantasy.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait for that again.
You,
Whew.
you know what really sucks about that, by the way?
Mm.
When you have West Coast players and
Yeah,
then you really got to sweat it out and you're like, "Yo, I've got 4 guys that haven't gone yet and their games are tonight." Ooh,
yep,
that does not feel
yeah,
good. So,
yeah. When you have like three dudes at Monday night, and you're like, well, I hope this works out the way I want it to.
I need
Like,
15 points. I've got Christian McCaffrey going and he just went down in the first quarter with an ankle injury.
cool, cool, cool,
I
cool.
hope that doesn't happen at all, but yeah, not fun. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
cool.
guys, what's up?
I just need this. I need this quarterback to just throw less than two interceptions, and we're good. Shit, he threw four. God damn it!
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's great. I can't wait.
threw 4. Luckily, he threw 300 yards, but he also fumbled twice and lost it.
Yep,
So,
cool, 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 cool.
yeah, amazing. But yeah, guys, we are back today, episode 92, out of the blue and silver. We're going to be breaking down some Major League Baseball news, and we'll give you a nice little preview for the start of the NFL season. So, yeah, it's oh man, just gets me right in the jimmies. All right, so Major League Baseball, it is officially September, and this is it for regular season baseball, man. That's it. So we're gonna do a little bit of a new segment now. I'm gonna be rapid firing questions at you, and we'll find out what happens here with this. So. Let's start off with talking about some of these baseball teams, right? Seems like it's going to be a 2-team race between whatever team wins the AL East and the Tigers for the number 1 seed out in the American League.
Yeah.
So, first thing, how are you feeling about your Red Sox?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate that I have this much optimism and hope that there's a world where we can win the division and have the 1 seed. And yeah, yeah, that's where I'm kind of at with that, man. And I was just talking about this morning at the Y with somebody where so Garrett Crochet pitched last night and he
Mhm.
actually got rocked for the first time this season, really.
Yeah, I noticed he ended
And
up leaving the ERA standings by a long shot.
yeah, yeah, and he the Sox won 11-7, so it didn't really matter. Um, but I kind of at this point, like I'm pretty convinced we're gonna make the playoffs.
Mhm.
So for me, I would love to win the division, and I hope that we do. But I also want us to start preparing our rotation for the playoffs.
Okay.
So it's kind of I'm kind of like torn what I want from them because
Mhm.
like I would love to see this team win the division and get the extra rest. That would be amazing. But also like we need to prepare for the playoffs and what that and to figure out what that looks like. So
Well, and how are you feeling about Anthony? Didn't he just strain an oblique?
yeah, he's young. He'll be fine.
Okay.
That's
Walk it
yeah.
off. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown played almost an entire season with a torn oblique, so I mean,
Yeah.
you can get
That's
out there and hit
that
a
dude's
few.
that dude's a man.
Yeah,
That is a
yeah,
I clutched my oblique after when I was watching receiver and I was like,
yeah.
no,
I know that
no,
feels
I couldn't do it.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
No.
All right. How are you feeling about the Yankees?
Legally, I have to first start with fuck the Yankees.
Hmm. Does
Um
that also mean F to Mr. Roger too?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. All
no.
right.
Anybody that supports that team just like I can't really ever trust anything you say or do, because that's
Okay.
just you. You're proving that you're just have question. You're a man of questionable decisions.
Wow.
You know,
Bringing
that's
into question their judgment is a
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And like for somebody like Roger, like like I think we could say this. He's like the third best Myro at best in that family. Like, come on. Come
Woo!
on. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Not good at fantasy football. Complains that, just a lot of it's just a big whiner is what it sounds like,
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Whoa.
anyway, that being
Okay.
said,
Yep.
yeah. Um the Yankees are just kind of they seem like they're kind of just white knuckling it. They've won 8 of 10, but they're just white knuckling it to the finish. They are Aaron Judge hasn't really done much since post All Star break.
Hmm. And he's
Uh,
still batting 325. Like
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and like leads the league in RBI, and like yeah.
He's a stud.
So I think that like I think that like the Yankees are going to be fine. They're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to win the division. I don't know who's going to win the division. Like
Hmm.
Toronto's kind of finally figured out, oh, hey, we have a young team, and you can tell the pressure's kind of mounting with them. The beautiful thing, though, is that the Yankees have lost the season series to both the Blue Jays and the Red Sox already for the year. So when it comes to tiebreakers, like they're kind of fucked on that. So they need to outright win the division.
Okay. All
They
right.
it cannot end in a tie for them in any of these two teams,
Hmm.
or else they're going to be the bottom team in that.
Okay.
So
Well, and that's kind of a nice segue into the Blue Jays. How you feeling about them?
yeah, young team that's finally I think they're finally realizing they're a young team. They traded for Shane Bieber at the deadline. Shane Bieber from Cleveland weirdly has some weird injury history. 2020 Cy Young winner, and like he's been pretty good for them
So is
in a couple
Scherzer.
starts. Yeah, and like they're just like they have this weirdly decent rotation that if they can stay healthy, will be, it's pretty good. Like I said though, with this AL East, like the Sox are kind of they just keep doing this thing, man. Where like last night they were down 6-1, came all the way back, tied it at 7, and then blew it open in the 8th. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're just this weird team of destiny this year, and they're fun to watch. But like I said, all three of these teams play each other in September, and so I think it's going to be really interesting to see how those series shake out. So
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about the Tigers real quick. Pitching and hitting has been an issue for them basically since the All-Star break. Um, do you think this is something they're going to be able to fix this month to get ready, or is it something that listen, they've kind of lost it and they've lost that luster that they had before?
I don't know, man. Like Scooble can't pitch every game, so like I don't know what they're gonna do. They are in a weird like luckily they built such a big lead in that division. They're up, I think, like 9 on Kansas City right now.
Hmm.
Like if you look at that division, every team in that division minus the White Sox are on a two game or more losing streak.
Yeah,
It's not great.
no,
Like,
no, it's not. Uh, yeah, so they're going to kind of limp into the playoffs with that, unless they completely blow things here. But yeah, it's just you want to see a better showing from them this year. They kind of dipped their toe into the playoff pool last year, and
yeah.
you want to see them take that next step. That's the progression, right? But we'll have to see. Like they basically have been playing around 500 baseball since the All Star break, and that's not great. You were saying like if it weren't for the division they're playing in, it'd be a lot closer for them. Um,
Right.
all right, who wins the AL West, Mariners or Astros?
I think it's the Astros. Like the Astros have given the Mariners every chance to get back into this race,
Hmm.
and the Mariners can't do it. They can't. Like they're kind of stuck. They're still 3 games behind Houston. Like they're probably going to get that third wild card spot. Like, but like even that, I don't think is guaranteed. Like Texas has won 8 of 10.
Yeah, Texas
Tampa's
is
won.
tearing up.
Tampa's won 8 of 10 and 5 in a row. Like Tampa's what 3.5 back. Texas is a game and a half back. The Royals are still 2.5 back. Even like Cleveland's 4 back. Like
That's
I
crazy.
like I talked that like I think the Red Sox are pretty much a shoe in to make the playoffs, but like if something funny happens, like this wild card, these three wild card teams aren't set in stone yet.
Hmm.
Like the National League, those are pretty much set in stone.
Right.
But like the American League, it's just a crapshoot at this point of who's going to get hot. Like
Hmm. Yeah,
so,
and it could happen. Okay, let's shift over to the National League real quick. Can the Mets catch the Phillies?
sure, they're only what 5.5 out
Hmm.
with I think like 20-ish games to play, 20-25 games. Like sure, but you need to start sweeping series
Hmm.
and like and the Phillies kind of need to start losing a ton of games in a hurry. And I just don't. The Phillies are too talented to make that happen.
Yeah.
Now, Zach Wheeler being done for the season is a huge blow for them.
Hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Um, and I felt really good about that going into the break. That I was like, oh, I think this is the year for the Phillies. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I think at this point they need to just try to stay healthy, maximize that rotation, get it ready for the playoffs, and hope that they can get the one seed. Which I don't even think that's going to happen because like they're five. Milwaukee's five up on them.
Right.
Sorry, 4.5, 4.5.
Yeah.
And I think that matters too. Like you want home field in the playoffs, and yeah. So, but I don't. The Mets could, but I think when it's all said and done, I think the Mets will be one of the three wild card teams.
Okay.
So
Can the Cubs catch the Brewers? Because they're only what, five back right now?
yeah, they're five back. Milwaukee's kind of scuffling as of late. I think they could, but the Cubs have just kind of been meh since June. And I think, to be honest with you, when it's all said and done, I think the Cubs are just going to be one of the wild card teams.
Okay.
I just think that like Milwaukee's going to do enough down the stretch; they're going to be fine.
Yeah. All right. What about the Padres? Do they overtake the Dodgers? Or is it kind of
No,
this
because
similar to Mariners and Astros? Like they've given them every chance and they just haven't.
it's exactly they. What was it? I think they were like what that last Dodgers series when the Padres went into it being up like 2 games
Hmm.
on the Dodgers in the NL West, and then they got swept by the Dodgers. Like,
Yeah.
and the Padres too are kind of in this thing right now where everybody's getting hurt. Bogarts is done for the season. Like they're just getting hurt every which way to Tuesday. So when it's all said and done, I don't think San Diego is going to catch them.
Hmm.
Like the Dodgers aren't helping their case any. Like they keep kind of just like fucking around too, but like I don't think it's going to matter. So
Yeah, and I feel like they're a team. They've got enough playoff experience. I mean, if you look at their roster, they have so many guys that have playoff experience on that roster that they just understand we got to get in. Once we get
yeah,
in, then we could start playing up to our ability. Let me ask you two big things. Bo Bichette, is he going to surpass 200 hits?
he's close. He's at 177 as of today.
Yeah, very close.
I think they have like 23 games left, so I think it's gonna be tough.
Hmm.
That means you gotta essentially just keep hitting every day and hope that you gotta hit a day.
Hmm.
I think when it's all said and done, I think he's gonna come up a little short
Hmm.
because I think if Toronto can wrap this up in any way, shape, or form early, I think you're gonna see Toronto sit guys to
Okay.
get them some rest for the playoffs.
Which makes
So
sense, right? Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's a long season, 162 games. Any rest they can get, other than the day in between they play games is much appreciated. Last one we
yeah,
have. Yeah,
and
yeah.
also with Bobic too, like he's played I think 136 out of 139 games. Like that's pretty good.
That's really good.
Like
Um,
that's unheard of these days. Like that so and especially at a position like shortstop too. Like that's a pretty taxing position. So
mhm. Last question I've got for you. Can Big Dumper, Mr. Cal Raleigh, hit 60 home runs?
I mean he's at 51. And I think he's what they have what? So I think they've played 139 games so far.
Hmm.
So they're like what 23 left. He's gone on these benders before. Um and I would like to think he can. I at this point I don't think he's going to.
Hmm.
But never say never. I think he can catch Mantle though at 54 for most home runs by a switch hitter in a season.
Well, and he may even be able to break that record, should be able to. But
Yeah,
the interesting thing is that when we started talking about him a few months back in May, we started to look through the game logs, and he had multiple games where he was built in two. So, like, he's
yeah,
been known to be able to take it yard at more than once in a couple games this season. Maybe he's able to get there, and it should be fun.
yeah.
Anything
Oh,
else? Any other big takes you want to make in baseball?
well, I just want to say this that Colorado only needs to win 2 more games out of their next 23 to avoid the futility record.
Yeah.
And I want to say that that makes me sad, but getting to watch how shitty this team is has just been a real treat for me this season. A real treat for me. Long Bay is no exception. They got two guys. So okay, quick backstory. Last night, they were playing the Giants. Devers hits a dinger off somebody, and then as he's rounding first, he gets into a benches clearing brawl with the
Yeah,
Rockies,
what happened with that? Yeah,
and then like and then like like the brawl stops, like people get thrown out, and then Devers continues his home run trot. Like,
oh, gotta love baseball, man. Gotta love it.
yeah, it's good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
I wonder what Manfred's thinking as he's sitting there watching stuff like this go down. Like if he's shaking his head, if he's upset, if the kid in him is like, "That's awesome." I really
Yeah.
wonder. Really wonder. Any other big takes you want to make before we go forward?
No, no. Otani's closing in on 50. He hit a home run, I think it was last night or the night before. Hardest hardest home run he's ever hit.
Yeah.
It came off his bat at 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's insane, man. Almost 20
Yeah.
miles an hour faster than what his fastest one. His fastest one was what, right over 100? Pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Bananas.
Yeah, really is. And it was also his 100th home run for the Dodgers.
Which
So,
he managed to do in like 100 less games than the next closest guy,
yeah,
which is wild.
which was
Like,
Gary Sheffield, by the way.
sure was. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, all right. Let's move into the NFL where I'm gonna take the mic here for a second because
Sure.
dude, the news obviously that everyone's heard about is Michael Parsons getting traded to the Packers, but I don't do it often, but seriously, what the fuck? Like,
Well, I remember like texting. I found out like early in the morning, and I just remember like, or like late at night, and I just remember just like texting you multiple texts, being like, what?" Like,
yeah.
I was
Um,
shook.
yeah, I mean the news was shocking, but like as more details come out, you're kind of like, is it really like is this real? What happened here? So I want to kind of like set the stage here. First of all, Jerry, it's time. Hang it up. You've been given a Ferrari. You've treated it like a lawnmower. Now it's time. Like you've crashed it too many times. You
Yeah.
need to move on, man. Um, he he was saying about this trade that it makes football sense, but like, what planet is this guy from? And by the way, that is much less colorful than the notes that I wrote down. But
Yeah. No.
yeah, but
Yeah.
seriously, like, what planet is this guy from? Like, there was people making comparisons to the Herschel Walker trade, which I want you. I don't know if you looked it up, but I want you to listen to this for a second.
Oh yeah. No. I actually just reread about it recently because I watched
Oh,
the Cowboys documentary on Netflix.
yeah, it insane, dude. So Herschel Walker got traded back in the '90s.
Yeah.
The Vikings for this trade, they get Herschel Walker, two third-round picks, and a 10th round pick. The
Mhm.
Cowboys, in return for that, got five players, which, yeah, they were players, but they weren't Herschel Walker. Three first-round picks, three second-round picks, a third-round pick, and a sixth-round pick. Like, for me, that just, you would think a trade like that would say, okay, like, this is a franchise altering trade. That's what I would expect you would need if you're going to trade away arguably the best defensive player in football. Now, I know we're big fans of Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Trey Hendrickson, Aiden Hutchinson, like all of these guys we're big fans of. But I mean,
So,
they gave them away
which
for peanuts, dude.
actually, what's kind of not being talked about in that trade. So there was a clause in the trade that if any of those players got cut, they turned into additional draft picks. So Jerry and Jimmy cut all 5 guys.
Ah, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did
Yep.
not know that. Okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of makes
That
sense that
trade
they
was
would do
so
that.
one-sided.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
My thing of it is, and like this particular trade with Parsons, the reason this was so frustrating and upsetting to me is because they traded him not only to a team that needed a pass rusher pretty badly, or needed like that second pass rusher. Well, he's the first one now, but you know, they traded it to a potential playoff team. They didn't send him to Carolina or I don't know, the Browns or somewhere like that they knew they were going to get a top level pick. Anyone that's arguing like, "Oh, they did it for Archie Manning." Great. They've got 2 picks very late in the rounds. They're
Yeah.
not going to they're not going to be able to give that up. It's essentially a second round pick at that point. I just
Yeah.
every way you look at this is just bad. And like the one really telling thing for me was that Mulugeta, who was his agent, said something to the effect of like Parsons is paid to rush the passer. He not be a lawyer and interpret the small text in the contracts, which I think is very true. He's a
Yep.
25-year-old sitting in a billionaire's office, and the billionaire tries to kind of lean on him and say like,
Without
accept
his agent there
yeah,
too.
without his agent there, which I can't even believe the NFLPA even allows that. I was shocked that that's not actually illegal, but
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. Like, in my mind, like Jerry thought that they left that conversation having two very different things. And even if Micah Parsons said, okay, I agree to that, Jerry has to know his agent has to be there to sign the contract. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if he says, "Oh, he agreed to it in first grade." Great. What's on the paper, man? What is on the
Yeah.
paper that where I'm signing my name on the bottom? That's what Mulugeta's that's what his job is, right? To make sure that he reads the small print, he knows all of that stuff. You know, whether it's he can't play Call of Duty on weeks or whatever it is, right? Whatever crazy thing it is, he's got to know it,
Yeah.
right? He's got to know it. I just, in my mind, this is the worst Cowboys trade that's ever happened. And they're not going to be able to convince me otherwise. Even if Michael Parsons tears his ACL and he's done for his career, I still think it's the worst trade. And the reason being is he's a once in a generation player. And you
Yeah.
pissed off him and his agent. And the reason, now let me explain real quick. Even if Michael Parsons did get injured and was done for his career, the reason this will go down as the worst trade ever is because of the impact that it's going to have on potential free agents going there in the future. Do you really think free agents are going to say like, "Oh yeah, I'll go and sign with the Cowboys"? You just
Yeah.
traded for Pickens, right? You said, "Oh, we need this other guy opposite CeeDee Lamb," so they go out and get a playmaker like Pickens, and then it felt like it was one of those things like, "Hey, I got it in the bag." Like I don't know if you've seen House of Cards, but it's very,
No,
it's a
I
great
watched
show.
the first episode of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I immediately got turned off because he killed a dog, and I was like,
Yeah,
I'm out. I'm
yeah.
hard out on this. Like,
I guess I actually forgot about that right at the beginning. But past that, there's a lot of things that they feel like are certain deals that they have in politics, and then all of a sudden, it kind of goes the other way. And that's what
right.
it felt like with this was like, oh, I'm so confident that I've got this in the bag, and then it didn't. But I don't know. For Pickens, I think he's going to ball out this year. I think he's going to have a great season, and he's going to get paid by someone else because he's not going to stick around and take a hometown discount with a guy that bungled the. Dude, that's what he did. He bungled this negotiation.
Yeah. I
Like,
think the thing that's like wild to me is like the trade would have still been there in October. Like, because like two things. Like Micah is missing big game checks. At some point, he's got to I have to imagine he's going to be like, fuck, okay, I'm going to play. Or here's the other thing, like he doesn't play great. People are still going to want him in October when teams are like, fuck, we're one guy away.
or we
Micah
lost our
Parsons
pass
can be it.
rusher.
Yeah, and then like you have more leverage to get more stuff out of people.
I
Like,
yeah, dude, I his agent came out and said like he would have played. I don't believe that for a second. It's a business decision, right? Like, okay, yeah,
yeah,
you could say he was going to play, and it's easy to say after the fact, like, oh, I would have done this. Hindsight, of course, is 2020. But with this, it just they couldn't figure out the pressure didn't match from each side, and that was the big issue. Jerry didn't realize how serious it was, and when you look at the contract he got from Green Bay, he got paid.
4 years, 188 million.
Dude, he got, what was it, 130 guaranteed, 160 guaranteed?
134 guaranteed.
Yeah,
All said and done.
insane, insane. And this is the thing. He is going to wreak havoc on the NFC. The Cowboys are a team that, I don't know. I think they would have had a better shot with him there than without him. Granted, he
Yeah.
wasn't great at stopping the run and stuff, but Green Bay didn't bring him in to stop the run. Green Bay brought him
No.
in for first down and third down, and that's it.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's going to stay on the field every play no matter what. But I'm just saying, like, that's what they brought him in for. For teams that are going to throw on first down and teams that are trying to get that first down on third, right? Like, it just,
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it just, the other issue that I have with this is looking back the last few weeks. Jerry was saying, remember when he got on TV and made the quote like, "Oh yeah, if you aren't talking about us, it's like the best drama series. I'm going to give you more to stir it up and keep talking about us." Well,
Yeah.
they're talking about you now and they're saying you look like a fool, man.
Yeah. You look
You
like
got shit on your
fucking
face,
idiot.
dude.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, man.
Yep.
So you could pitch it any way you want, that this was a great football decision, all of that. Your team may even do well this year. They could. I don't think it's going to happen because I don't know who you're going to stop with that defense, but who knows? You may be good, and Brian Schottenheimer may be a genius, and it may get figured out. But
Yeah.
if this goes wrong for your team this year, your fans are going to be calling for your head.
The thing is this though, like fans been calling for his head for years and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like he's still Jerry Jones and it's still Stephen Jones. Like they're co-owners of that team.
Yeah.
Like
So
doesn't really
stupid.
matter.
And
Like
and you hear we have friends that are Cowboys fans, and you hear them talk
Yeah.
about it, and it's heartbreaking to hear them. Heartbreaking, man. It just, they're so somber and down. It's just,
Yeah.
oh man, that's not the way you want to feel 1 week before the season starts.
Yeah.
Because not if you polled all of them, every single one of them was saying we'll get him signed. We'll overpay, but we'll get him signed.
Even like I think about like the Patriots last year, who we all knew going into the season like they were going to be dog shit bad.
Mhm.
We all knew that, and but like the thing that I kept coming back to was like, all right, cool, we're gonna like tank for a draft pick, like and like there's hope because like we still have like a reasonably good defense,
Mhm.
and like there's hope, and then like it got really bad, and then we had to fire our coach who couldn't tank for the number one pick. Again, neither here nor there, but like there was at least like hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like Dallas, there's just no hope.
Yeah.
And like there's too much pride for them to like tank, which is honestly the thing they need to do at this point. Like
yeah, it's, I don't know. I think I really hope Archie Manning doesn't go there. I don't want to have to cheer for a Manning playing for the Cowboys. That just, to me, that just seems awful, man. I'd rather
know,
him
your
go to the
Colts-
Giants.
your Colts might be bad enough this year. It might be them.
You know what's weird? So ESPN came
I'll be
out.
so pissed.
Yeah.
I'll be so pissed if he goes to the Colts.
I'll tell
I
you.
can't-
You want
I
to know what
can't do it.
happened? You want to know what happened? It was ESPN released an article predicting wins for this season, simulating the season. The Chiefs and the Eagles, they don't have making the playoffs. The Colts win the division by tiebreaker with the Titans. And I couldn't believe it as I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh, this is awful. But they did have some
Yeah.
good news that you'll really appreciate. Aaron Rodgers leads the Steelers to their first losing season in Tomlin's career.
I can't fucking wait.
So,
Golly.
just interesting the way they go about simulating that. But anyhow, like you had mentioned before, we have football tomorrow, and it's wild.
True.
And we get a Saturday game this week.
Yeah, we got a Friday night game too.
Okay. Wait, so it is.
Yeah, I was like,
it's
it's
Saturday
Friday
for me, Saturday morning
Yeah.
for me, but Friday night for you. So,
Yeah.
really,
Oh,
really
man.
cool. And I'm just so amped to be able to get no sleep for the next 5.5 months. And yeah, I'm really excited. So, let's jump into our Thursday night preview. We got Cowboys and Eagles. Philly's getting 7.5. The over/under is 47.5 on it, which it could be more, but this game had a lot more appeal before the Parsons trade. But this conversation is not going to be about Parsons. So, some good news that we've got. Landon Dickerson looks like he's going to be playing, which is big news for the Eagles, and just shows like what kind of toughness this guy actually has. Uh, and we get to see Philly fresh off a dominant Super Bowl victory at home. I just think it's going to be an epic first night, man. I really do. Sirianni should get a warm welcome. We can't guarantee for the second week that he will, but at least for the first week, with them winning the Super Bowl and getting their rings and all of that, having the ceremony, he'll get a warm welcome. It should be an excellent evening all around for Eagles fans.
Yeah.
It really should be, man. But I just think, as I look at it, Saquon and Hurts, like they've both completed their first mission of bringing a Super Bowl championship to Philadelphia. Kind of what do you expect from them in this game and like kind of their goals going forward?
I I think this is a big game for them. They're at home. They're fresh off a Super Bowl win. They're gonna raise the banner. Crowd is gonna be absolutely nuts. They'll have been drinking all day. They probably started drinking today. Let's be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you. They probably actually started Labor Day weekend and they just haven't stopped.
Yeah,
So,
I'm taking all week
um,
off.
yeah, I think for them, this is I, they're at home. It's a divisional opponent, so they're going to get up for it. The thing I will say though is like opening night games for the defending champs sometimes are weird. Remember the one a couple years ago where the Lions came in and like beat Kansas City, and you're like,
Was that last year?
uh, year before. It was either last year or the year before.
Okay. No, it
Uh,
wasn't last year because last year was Baltimore and Kansas City on opening night.
oh, right,
Yep,
Isaiah Likely in the foot.
yep,
Yeah,
yep. And the toe,
yeah,
not the foot, the
the
toenail.
toe.
It was like
Yeah.
a toenail that was out. Crazy. But you're
But
right,
yeah,
it
I
is weird.
sometimes weird shit happens in that game, and
Hmm.
because it's a lot of these guys don't get a lot of reps in training camp, or preseason, I should say more, and so that first quarter they're going to come out rusty. It is going to be what it is. I think though Philly has so much more talent. I don't think it's really going to matter when it's all said and done.
Yeah, man.
I will say this. Our buddy John said this the other night, or during I think it was during one of our drafts. He's like, Dallas is going to throw the ball a lot, and they have good receivers.
Yeah, that is their
Like,
plan this year is to basically abandon the run. Um, and
yeah,
don't forget the last time Dak was healthy back in 23, uh, he was top 3 in QBR. Like this guy knows how to be able to get the ball in his playmakers' hands, and they have
yeah,
enough good playmakers on this team now with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and then Ferguson over the middle. Like Lamb is the slot guy. He's going to be able to run across the middle. Pickens, he's going to be running the outs, right? I say outs, but like the
right,
posts and stuff, right? They're going to be able to get it to him, and then Ferguson deep middle, like in that middle section before very deep and intermediate. That's where he's going to be roaming, dude. I definitely think Dallas has a chance on offense. The problem is I don't think they're going to be able to slow Philly down on defense, and that's the problem. They need to hope that the Eagles are rusty. They have to.
yeah,
I mean, if Dallas can run the ball, which is something they need to do, but like we just talked about, they said they're not going to do this year, which is kind of weird to come out and say that, but like they know they need to be able to throw the ball to move it. They might be able to keep it competitive. I don't know. It just Philly's defense, their defensive line, uh, is ridiculous. And if they're able to wreak havoc on this solid Dallas offensive line, we could be in for an absolutely brutal game. But if Dallas's
yeah,
offensive line is able to keep the pressure off Dak and they can run the ball mediocrely, right? Like they got a chance.
right.
You think Schottenheimer can figure it out?
Um, I think he's a coach, so he'll figure something out. I don't know what that is, but
Yeah,
yeah.
crazy.
So
Um, who do you have winning this game?
I think it's Philly. I think they start out a little slow because it's kind of the Philly way. Um, you know, I don't think they're ever going to be in danger of losing this game. I think that like Philly ultimately is going to win 33-14.
Wow.
I think
Yeah.
they're going to like I think they're going to beat the brakes off Dallas to
Yeah.
like make a point.
Yeah, I picked 27-14, and I mean I could see 33 points put up on this Dallas defense, and then all of a sudden, Jerry's got to answer a lot of questions next week.
Yeah.
But it should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to waking up very early Friday morning to watch this, and not feeling bad. But we got some really intriguing matchups this week. We can just hit on them real quick. Kansas City at the Chargers, like things I'm thinking of, right? Super Bowl hangover. Can the Chargers recover from the Slater injury? Like, is this going to be something that becomes an issue for them this year, where they're unable to protect the quarterback, or
Yeah.
what do you see going in this game?
I think this game's going to be kind of close, but I think Kansas City's ultimately going to prevail.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, the Chargers don't have home field advantage. Like Kansas City fans travel, they'll
Yeah.
be fine. I think it's a close game, but I think the Chiefs win.
Yeah,
So
you know what's interesting too? I think this might be the best division in football in terms of coaching. Uh, and
yeah,
I know that's like a very lofty statement to make, but when you consider the coaches that are in here, like each game is going to be a chess match and a very very big battle.
yeah,
So
it's them in the NFC North. I think have like when it's like good coaches like
mhm,
in that whole division.
yeah,
Those are the two divisions. Like
yeah. NFC North really has a lot of younger coaches. These are seem like the seasoned
yeah.
vets that we've got here. But
Real quick, AFC West. You take the four coaches. Who wins in a fight?
not Pete Carroll. uh,
Really?
not Harbaugh either. Weirdly, Sean Payton. I mean,
Wow,
this is a guy that oversaw like hit lists on people, right?
that's fair. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I think he's probably trained to be able to take someone out without being in the same room as them.
yeah.
So, uh,
Hear me out. I have a hot take on who wins this.
who does?
Okay. Now, Andy Reid isn't known for speed, and he's not built on speed, but I'm saying
He's
if he
built for
gets
comfort.
he is. But if he gets his hands on you and uses his weight appropriately, it's over.
It is.
Like,
It is.
yeah.
It is. You don't want to get caught
Yeah.
underneath. And
No,
he
no,
may
you
beat
don't. Yeah.
he may beat you down with one hand and eat a cheeseburger with the other.
Yeah.
I mean, and that would be something that'd be the worth the price of admission for sure.
Yeah.
Um, what a great question.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Do you think Baker lights it up in Atlanta?
Yeah, I actually think that like I think with Tampa they're kind of a little hurt going into this.
Hmm.
And I think they're gonna start a little slow. I
Okay.
do. I think Atlanta's gonna win this game ultimately when it's all said and done.
Ooh.
And I think Atlanta's gonna get off to their typical Atlanta hot start bullshit.
Hmm.
But then like Tampa's gonna come on like gangbusters at the end and win this division going away.
Okay.
So like I think Tampa could lose this and like I'm not worried about it. I'm
Okay.
not.
Well,
Like
let me ask you another question. So if you have Tampa, yeah, and I think Tampa can afford to lose some games and still recover in this division. Probably not other divisions in the NFL, but this one for
no.
sure. What do you think about Penix? Do you think him and the offense are going to look good?
I think they're gonna put up points. I how effective they are at it is another question.
Hmm.
Like I know they have Bijan and I know they have Drake London and like I think they're gonna be okay. I just
Oh, and
uh,
say it,
why do you do this to me? Uh
say it.
they have Kyle Pitts.
Yep. And who else does?
I have Kyle Pitts, but I need as a disclaimer for the audience to know two things. One, I spent all offseason sending you anti Kyle Pitts memes. And then I took him with like the second to last pick in our draft.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
Like,
It's worth it.
yeah.
If he pops off, you will look like geniuses. So,
Yeah.
um, interesting
That's
with.
all that's all a lottery ticket is.
Hmm.
Terrible odds and hope you hit.
Yeah.
Like
I want to see three things from Atlanta. First thing I want to
Sure.
see is how they look on offense, like running the ball, establishing the run. I think obviously Bijan's gonna do well, but like, how does this team play when they're the it's even, right, or with a small lead? I also want
Right.
to see how this team plays from behind because they talk about they could be in a lot of shootouts this year. I want to see how they can play there. And then I also want to see like how they play when things aren't going right. Uh, Penix comes
So
out.
that last
Yeah.
that last statement you said, that's what I want to see the most. Like, I
Hmm.
want to see what it looks like when it's 3rd and 8 for them.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what Penix is capable of.
Yeah, like okay, me it's a little different. Like okay, he throws a pick or he fumbles the ball when they're in the red zone. How does he come out the next drive? Is
Yeah.
he able to recover from that, or is he able to scramble out of the pocket on, like you said, on 3rd and 8 and be able to get that first down?
Right.
What is he giving them? Because they paid a premium for him. What is he giving them for this team? That's really what I want to see. Um,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh at the Jets. I
Double
mean,
revenge game, except they both suck.
yeah, it is a double revenge game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of debuts going down in this. I mean, Fields, Rogers, also Aaron Glenn. We get to kind of see like the new New York Jets. Can we say that? That's all right. Yeah,
Sure.
the new
Yeah.
New York
Yeah.
Jets. Or is it going to be the same old Jets, right? Like, what do we get in this game? But largely, I'm going to be disinterested. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe Pittsburgh comes out and DK Metcalf has like 3 touchdowns the first week, and everyone's like, "Yo, he's the new Devonte Adams," and blah blah blah. Aaron Rodgers is in
Yeah.
his prime again. Oh God, can you imagine? So,
Right.
San Francisco at Seattle. Big question marks. Like, is McCaffrey healed? Um,
Who knows? You could tell me 800 things are going to happen this game, and I'd believe any one of them.
hmm.
Um, I I'm going to say a thing. I don't think the 49ers are going to be good this year. Like, respectfully, who are they throwing the ball to?
Well, listen, I don't want to
Because it's
count
not
out a
Javon Jennings.
I don't want to count out a guy that got shot. I just don't. I'm
Sure.
not gonna bet against him. Can't do it. Um,
Okay, but like it's him and George Kittle. That's it.
and McCaffrey
Like,
out of the backfield.
sure.
Yep.
Is he going to be? How many hits can he take?
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? I actually saw a great meme about McCaffrey that they compared his Achilles tendons not to string cheese, but to Slim Jims. And that
Sure.
the reason that they whittled down was because he got hungry and wasn't being fed, so he ate them.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta love
Jesus.
the internet is undefeated.
It
Um,
really is.
Also big in this game, can Sam Darnold be effective in Seattle? I think that's a big question. Like, was last year a fluke? Was it Kevin O'Connell? Can Mike McDonald figure out how to be able to get the most out of Sam Darnold? Has he turned the page? Does he have enough playmakers? Blah 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 blah. Like tons of stuff.
Yeah.
But what do you think we're going to see out of him?
I think Sam Darnold, I like Michael McDonald was a good coach last year for Seattle.
Hmm.
Like he was. Like he just had some like weird injury stuff, and I think they're going to be okay. I think Seattle, like when it's all said and done, I think Seattle's going to win this game. First of all,
Okay,
um, and I think that like defensively, they're actually kind of decent.
they are.
I think they're going to be fine. Like,
Mike McDonald, quick little fact. Like, I don't think ever since he's been a defensive coordinator, his team's never not been in the top 10 in defense.
yeah,
I'm almost certain, and I want to say something a little elitist, that he's finished in the top 5 every year.
yeah,
I'm not positive on that, but I feel like I read that somewhere. Regardless, his defenses are always very good, or always competitive and in the top third of the league, which is
Mhm.
big for them. And I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how San Francisco plays against that defense. Uh,
yeah.
okay. Detroit at Green Bay. Can Detroit? I mean, the question we've been talking about all year: can they overcome the loss of their coordinators?
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
We're really going to find out like how good of a coach Dan Campbell is,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like you can be a good coach if you anybody can be a decent coach if you have really good coordinators.
Hmm.
But now I'm curious to see what kind of coach Dan Campbell is now that he doesn't have good coordinators.
I'll tell you, I'll always support him. I think he's an awesome coach. I hope they're able to figure it out this year and still be a good team. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the year that they can get to the Super Bowl, but I don't really want to bet against them.
No.
I'll tell you that. Did you see the clip? Did I send you that clip of him where they were asking him about the toughest, grittiest player that he'd ever
Yeah, yeah,
seen?
yeah.
And like the guy that they countered with, that the interviewer countered with, had like 29 concussions or something like that. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Holy Christ!" He was
Shit.
it literally. He couldn't control his laughter. He was like, "Dude, the amount of surgeries and procedures. It was like 71 surgeries the guy had had. Like,
Right.
my goodness, that's crazy." But yeah, I really want to see big things from them. I think Detroit's going to be good this year, but I want to see them take that next step. And I guess the question for Green Bay is Parsons the difference maker that they paid him to be, right?
Yeah.
Is he going to wreak havoc? I'm pretty sure that if you're Detroit, you're pretty pissed off that he got traded in your division.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to see him twice a year for the next 4 years minimum.
Yeah, and Jordan Mailata from the Eagles was basically saying like I'm not telling anyone new news here. I'm very happy that we're not playing against him twice a year.
Yeah.
Very happy. Um
Yeah.
so that should be an incredible game. Hopefully we get to see Matthew Golden, kind of what he's bringing to Green Bay, which they say like he's the real deal. So we're going to have to see what kind of chemistry he's got with Jordan Love. Houston at the Rams. I wasn't going to put this one initially, but I kind of have a question mark about Houston and how they're going to be in terms of their offensive line in particular. CJ Stroud got knocked around. Like, he got sacked, I think, 52 times last year, and it wasn't even the most in franchise history. Because I'm pretty sure David Carr has that running away.
Oh yeah.
Um,
That yeah.
yeah, so I wonder how Houston's going to be, because him taking 50 plus sacks is not going to be a recipe for success for them. And they're playing against a very young and hungry Rams team that really feel like they got much better in the offseason with
Yeah.
adding some of the pieces that they added, right? Including on offense, Devontae Adams. Like, this feels like it's good things for a team, but I feel like it all hinges on Matthew Stafford's back.
Well, actually, I'm gonna say a thing. I'm taking Houston in this just because, like, respectfully, the Rams left tackle Alaric Jackson has blood clots in his legs,
Yeah.
and they don't know if he's gonna play. That
Yeah.
just seems like if you're not gonna have your left tackle because of blood clots in his legs, which he's had previously and missed time for.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's
It's
just
it's a
yeah. I
pretty
think Houston.
serious thing, actually. You guys in New England, I think was it Christian Barmore?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he missed the entire season last year
he
because of
did.
blood clots. Uh, so hopefully and we're not poking fun at that. We're
No,
just
no.
saying, like, that's that anyone loses their starting left tackle, it's going to be difficult. Um, I just
Yeah, so
I want I
I'm just saying
wonder.
if they're going to start their season with a backup left tackle against that Houston line with like Will Anderson, all
Yeah.
right, good luck
And you're talking
because
about two guys with Anderson and who is it? Hunter up opposite him, Daniil Hunter.
yeah,
We're talking about two guys that could combine for 30 sacks this season.
yeah,
So yeah, it's very dangerous, that Houston defense. And Demico Ryans knows that. There,
yeah,
I
sure
will start
does.
out with that way, that pronouncing that
Sure.
way, and maybe we'll change it next week. Yeah, keep it going. Probably the best matchup that I think all of us are looking forward to in week one. And it's sad because one team has to lose this game. But
No,
Baltimore
true.
at
Could be
Buffalo.
a tie. Could be a tie.
You're right. You're right. It's not playoff, so yeah. Baltimore at Buffalo. It would be fitting if it ended in a tie. It really would
Yeah.
be. But I
I
just
just
feel like it's a
I just
playoff
love that
preview.
this is I love that this is going to be a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I after all day of watching football and just turning into a slug on the couch. Oh, and then I get to finish it off with this for as a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Is
go.
it going to be another
I'm ready.
classic, do you think?
I think so. I think that I think Buffalo is going to win the Super Bowl this year. I think I've been pretty upfront honest about that.
Hmm.
That being said, they're not winning this game
Yeah.
because this is a revenge game for Baltimore.
It definitely
Respectfully,
is. It definitely is. It also doesn't matter if they win or lose this game because there's 17 more. Or yeah,
16 more. Yeah,
16
yeah.
more with the bye, right? But I really am looking forward to this. I think Lamar is, he's been kind of people have been poking fun about this injury that he's got, and he's kind of trolling people on Twitter about it.
Okay.
And I just think he's going to be ready to light it up. And they know they could taste how close they were last year, and it was very dissatisfying to them. I also think, just making a prediction early on, I think he is going to feed Mark Andrews early and often
Hope
because
so.
he
I
remembers,
fucking hope so.
yeah, he remembers exactly how last season ended. And I think
Yeah.
that is his mission in this game at the beginning is build that confidence, show this team what he is, and keep it moving forward. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to know
Yeah.
who on Buffalo is going to help push the ball besides Josh Allen. I
Yeah.
I want to see it. Is it Shakir? Is it Coleman? Is it Dalton Kincaid? Does he have a breakout season? Is James Cook just unbelievable this year? I really, is it Ray Davis behind him?
Yeah.
I don't know. Um,
Speaking of the Bills, did you know that the Bills backup running back is Frank Gore Jr.?
he got cut actually.
Oh, did he?
I'm
See,
fairly,
I haven't watched this week's Hard Knocks,
yeah,
so that makes sense.
I'm fairly certain that I read that he got cut. So Ray Davis, I think, is the backup that they have now. But yeah, it was kind of a piece of me died inside when I had read that because maybe they signed him to the practice squad or brought him back after. Um, but it was kind of sad news because I realized like Frank Gore, his father, is third on the all-time rushing list.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, sadness.
So it
Um,
looks like he is back on the practice squad. Or his
back on the
practice squad.
okay, all right. So I
Yeah.
didn't butcher that. I did actually read it. Okay.
No.
Sometimes we read stuff and it's late at
I've
night.
been trying to avoid Buffalo news because I watch Hard Knocks.
Mhm.
And so now I know like there's a bunch of guys that got cut, and that makes me really sad because they're like my favorite people on Hard Knocks.
Oh,
So
sorry, man.
no, it's okay. It's
Dang it.
okay.
Um,
No, it's I'm ready. I'm
yeah.
ready.
And the last game we have Minnesota at Chicago, which is kind of interesting because it's Ben Johnson's debut as a head coach, but also JJ McCarthy's debut. And we get to see what their, his professional regular season debut. We saw him in the preseason last year, but we didn't see much after that. So what are you looking for out of this game? Do you expect like a revolutionized Caleb Williams in this, or because it didn't look great in some of the
No,
preseason games?
no, I think too, like from everything that I've been reading is like Ben Johnson's just kind of like yelling at Caleb Williams, like do it again and do it better. Which like that's very much a you have been under the Dan Campbell coaching tree when you're just like yelling at dudes. Like the difference is Dan Campbell's like 6'5", 260, and like can fight most dudes. Whereas like Ben Johnson's like
Looks like the
six.
manager from a Waffle House.
Um, I think there's gonna be some learning curves, and I'm gonna say this underrated, well, not underrated sign, but thing that like happened in the offseason for the Bears that like's not talked about enough. They love their backup Tyson Beignet, and they gave him like a 2-year extension,
Really?
which is
Ah, they
really
did. Did you
yeah, which
did
is
you see
really
that video
weird.
too?
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah,
Amazing,
like
man.
which is again, I just it's something to note.
Hmm.
I don't think they're gonna like do like what the Colts did with Anthony Richardson and like just fucking I don't think they're gonna do that, but like, it's just something to kind of note that like he's kind of lurking in the background, and like he plays really well in the preseason every year, and
Yeah.
like dudes on his team, like they were the Hard Knocks team last year, and everybody on that team loves that dude,
Yeah.
straight up,
You know what's interesting about that is Caleb Williams came in as this like generational talent.
the savior.
Yeah, they basically anointed him like that, but he was that in college. And when you get to the pros, there's a lot of dudes that are very, very good. It's not like, oh, you're here, everyone's gonna bow down to you and stuff. No, there's even in his own draft, Jaden Daniels outproduced him like by a
Yeah.
long shot last year. You know, like it just
Yeah, Jay
maybe
was one game away from the Super Bowl.
yeah, in his first season, right? And
Yeah.
dude, I remember having conversations about him last year, and then we kind of had to eat crow as we went through the season, and kind of
Yep.
like, all right, well, yeah, he is playing really well. Um, just interesting things to look out for sure.
Yeah.
There's obviously some other teams I want to talk about in games, but the matchups just aren't really things that we're
Right.
looking at right now. So, one thing I wanted to mention: how awesome Hunter Renfro uh, missed getting called back by the Panthers.
She was watching Bluey with the kids.
Oh my
I love
god,
it.
his daughter
Love it.
ignored the call 10 times, dude. 10
Yeah.
times. Could you
Yeah.
imagine? It's so good. It's such an amazing story. Very happy for him to be back, especially after ulcerative colitis the previous season. Just glad to see him back in the league and really just happy. Like he's a great player to watch. He gives us faith that an occasional white guy that's not playing quarterback can still play in the league,
Yeah.
and not be a lineman, right? Yeah. So,
Right.
all right. So good shout out to him. For fantasy,
Woo.
I gotta ask you, man. Yeah, woo is right, dude. Are you happy with your teams?
I'm happy with my Bennett League team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is a moment of vulnerability that I am sharing with you. I am a little nervous about Guillotine this week.
Ah,
I'm a
ah.
little nervous.
Oh,
I really need both tight ends that I've drafted in Brock Bowers and Mark Andrews to really do something, and I really need Lamar to have honestly the game of his life.
um, if it, I hope it does.
Yeah.
However, if it doesn't, I have a plan for you.
Oh,
So
good. I'm glad we talked about this.
yeah,
As I have a couple ideas I'm throwing out, and I need to preface this with I know that you live in a different country, so things are a little different. So I'm going to throw a couple ideas out.
yeah, we'll
Um,
we'll get there in a minute. I want to let it
yeah,
linger and kind of simmer for a second, and I want that
yeah,
pain to ease through your veins. So
yeah.
yeah, that nervousness, the sweat
Uh,
pouring down your forehead. I just
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just opened the notes because I knew we were. It was like it's
did you read
time.
it?
I don't feel good about it. I'll
Yeah.
do it. I don't
Okay.
feel good.
Well, it could have been different. It could have been worse. But just gonna let you know, I'm kind of happy with some of my teams. I I didn't put a lot of effort into Guillotine, into the preparation for it this year because I was focused on a lot of the other leagues that I was in.
Yeah.
But I feel pretty confident about my team. I just need them to produce.
Yep.
So that is something that makes me quite nervous because if they don't, uh, I could be gone in the first week.
Yeah.
And anyone can, by the way, anyone can be gone in the first week. It doesn't matter how
Also,
good your players are; they can drop a dud the first week.
our guillotine draft is was just like a bunch of sharks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so like for the people who are listening, this is an 18 team league, and it we were towards the end of the draft with such bottom of the barrel players.
Mm-hmm.
We like it was there were I was drafting dudes at the end that I didn't know.
Yeah, it's I'm fortunate that on my rankings I knew who the guys were, but it was slim pickings at the end.
It
And
was.
and I think that's kind of the tough thing. Most of the time at the end of those drafts you're just picking up guys that you're going to cut and hopefully pick someone else up the following week when that first team gets eliminated. Who was your favorite pick from all your drafts that you had?
So I had two drafts. I had the Bennett League draft, and I had the guillotine draft. So the guillotine draft, I need to like preface. I pick number 11
Mhm.
out of an 18 team draft, which meant like things were going to come back around to me sooner rather than later. But after that, you're waiting like over 20 picks before you're making a pick.
Yeah.
So I had to like I kind of had to go unconventional. I had to, my first two picks, I'm really kind of excited for. I went Lamar and Brock Bowers.
Yeah. Which isn't
Like,
bad to be able to do that. Um,
yeah,
I picked 15th, and so it was almost 30 picks before it got
yeah.
back to me, which was frightening. Um, I couldn't
Which meant
believe.
you had to like, which meant you had to like kind of take like things like you wouldn't normally do in a regular draft, like take a quarterback too early, take a defense too early. You kind of had to here.
Well, so a
Like,
lot of people reached on certain things because they wanted that sure thing. It's not like a typical half point PPR or PPR redraft league. Like you need to sometimes reach and guillotine to get a guy that you want that you know is going to give you consistent production and get you through the week. So I ended up going Burrow and Chase Brown uh, with my first two picks, and I felt like at that point, I'm pretty sure that's who I ended up taking with my first two, and I felt
it
like
was.
I needed to make those picks in order to um, give myself that safe floor. Two
Right.
guys that I know I feel are elite that are going to do very well. But in two other leagues I ended up taking Lamar, and I felt really good about that pick this year. Now that good feeling can quickly be erased, but I felt like it was a very good pick for me, and I felt very happy pushing that draft button with him. Um, I think it's going to be a great year in terms of fantasy, but I had a great team to start last year, and injuries started to pile up, and it's very difficult, even with the waiver wire, to find those studs that are going to give you that production. You have to have a little bit of luck involved as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to a great fantasy league that like all of my leagues
Yeah.
that I'm in this year. I think it's five, and it's crazy. But I play Uncle Roger in week one,
You
so
and I play week one in the Bennett League.
yeah, so we got a
Yeah.
lot going on. I'm really hoping to win both of those, and I know you're really hoping I just win one of them, and not the one we're playing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that being said, all right, we've done all the like the cute stuff about fantasy.
Hmm.
Okay, let's get that out. We got that out of the way. Let's talk about punishments. So this is the second year in a row that Shane and I have had this side bet going on. If one of us gets eliminated week one in guillotine, what happens to the other? Now, last year, for the folks at home, the punishment that I had decided for Shane was he was going to go to, there was a very certain restaurant that I wanted him to go to that he had to be there from open to close. And he could take an hour off, or I think it was like half an hour. I can't remember, for every kebab that he ate.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was not going to be fun. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it would have at the beginning. By the
Sure.
way, on my walk home today, I smelled the kebab. Oh man, it is so good. I realized how
Yeah.
much I've missed it. So I've got to go and at least start to prep the stomach just in case. Um,
Yeah. Actually, there's going to be no eating challenges for you this year.
well, yours, it was interesting because yours was actually Dunkin' Donuts, and you had to go and eat a dozen donuts there.
Right.
And you
Just
couldn't,
straight up.
yeah, you couldn't leave until you did it. So I
Yeah.
just figured I wanted to give you a nice Boston FU. So
Yeah.
that was going to
Oh.
be the way to do it. But for this year, let me hear. What do you got?
So okay. So first one, this is really dependent on like how lenient like the places, and I recognize that you work at a school, but
Oh boy.
my no, it's not as bad as you think. It's not as bad as you think. But you have to get a Santa Claus outfit and walk to school and go into school and teach at least one class as Santa Claus.
Oh my goodness. I want to
And
say that
then,
I could do that. I might get fired if that happens, but we may be
okay,
able to
so
work with that. We may be able to
counter
work with that. I think I could do
okay,
it.
if you can. what I have proposed is you're going to get a flag printed that says, I suck at fantasy football. And
Mm-hmm.
you're going to hang it right behind you for the entirety until next football season.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Your choice. Your
Okay.
choice.
Yeah, both of those don't seem good.
Yeah. And also with the second one, you have to start every episode with, "Hi, my name is Shane, and I am a trash fantasy football player."
Yeah, wow.
Like those have to be your first words, not "Hey everybody, welcome to the Pulse. It's Willie and Al." It has to start with, "Hey, I'm Willie. I'm really trash at fantasy football, and this is Al, who's a god at fantasy football."
Wow, I have to
Yeah,
do both of those.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. I
Uh-huh.
am willing to do that. However, if you get eliminated within the next 4 weeks of that, of me being eliminated, I will not be calling you a god.
Nope, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine. The flag still stands though, and you still have to say, "Hi, my name's Willie, and I really suck at fantasy
Wow.
football."
Okay. All right. There's a lot of parlays in there. I don't like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
so
yeah,
let me
yeah.
let me tell you that initially the best punishment that I was thinking for you, because I saw it on Instagram, was the loser of this particular league. They send him on a one-way flight to a country
You
without,
sent me this.
yeah, without his wallet, without what was it? Without his wallet, without any cash, and without his phone. And he needs to be able to earn enough money to fly back on his own, which I cannot imagine doing that. I just can't. It would, dude, some of these guys are very intense. They
Yeah,
must not work. I don't know.
yeah, because you're going to be spending a long time in there. Like,
Imagine that. Oh yeah, you're going to Vietnam and you have to figure out your way to get back. Yeah, it's rough. But so be happy I didn't decide on that.
I
What?
appreciate that.
So if you, and by the way, this is only if you get wiped out in week one.
Yep.
If you get wiped out in week one, you need to wear a sign over your clothing, double-sided, front and back,
Yep.
that says something along the lines of, "I am a fantasy football orphan. I'm bad at fantasy football. I shouldn't be trusted for my advice. I make terrible decisions when it comes to fantasy football. I have lapses in judgment. Please hug me and give me advice on how I can do better next year." And you need to stand on a busy corner in your town for 2 hours on a weekend, which
Mm.
I think is, you might get a few hugs.
I know the weekend I'm going to do it. I know exactly the weekend I would do it.
When?
It's I think so coming up, I think it's middle of September, end of September. We have Pride Festival weekend in Keene. That's the weekend I would do it.
Amazing. You'd get a lot of
Yeah.
hugs.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, with that being said, I think that's fair. And
That's fair. Yeah.
with that being said,
Mhm.
I'm really looking forward to just a crazy fantasy season for both of us, but also writing after the Guillotine League. What I usually do running the league is I'll write like a little excerpt story on this person
God,
getting kicked and how much they're bad and
I can't
how
wait
they
for
made poor
those.
decisions and how their players hate them and all of this stuff. There was some good ones that I had. I had some really good stories going at some point, but yeah, it's something that we really look forward to. We have a ton of fun, and I can tell you, if you are out there playing fantasy football right now and you are not in a Guillotine League, I'm telling you, live life on the edge of your seat. This
Yeah.
is the way to do it. If you have a bad heart and you're trying to figure out like, what can I do to calm myself down, don't play Guillotine League football.
And don't play guillotine with your best friends where there's side bets going on
Yeah,
who gets eliminated week
don't
one. Don't do
definitely,
it.
yeah, definitely don't do
Don't
that.
do it. Like I'm
But
not going to sleep a wink Saturday in a Sunday. Like I'm
yeah,
not.
but if you are looking for something fun and entertaining and something that is really riveting and essentially amounts to like 16 cups of coffee in an hour, this is what you want. You know
Yeah.
that talk talk talk, you feel your chest exploding. That's what you want to do. And that's honestly why Roger couldn't handle it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
he couldn't.
he
He
couldn't.
could. He's got a weak heart.
Yeah.
Weak heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
he couldn't.
Yeah.
A bad ticker, I guess.
He
But
does. Yeah. He's got a bad ticker. Yeah.
with to wrap up, guys, everyone I hope you have a great start to your fantasy football season. If you're not playing fantasy football, enjoy the start of the NFL season. It's going to be a great way to kind of showcase the excellence of the NFL, seeing these first games in the first week. So we wish you the best of luck. We have some fun.
Real quick, I have a quick
Yeah.
question. You ever wonder what watching football would be like if you didn't have to sweat out fantasy? Do you think you would enjoy it more or enjoy it less? Because I
So
sometimes go back and forth on that. Because sometimes, like, I just want to watch a Sunday night. I think about the times where, like, I can watch a Sunday night game knowing I've already wrapped up the week, and I can just watch it in peace, minus the Monday night game where I'm sweating out, needing somebody to get like 5 points, and it's quarter four. It's the fourth quarter, and they've only got three. I can't tell. I enjoy them both weirdly equally.
all right. I understand what you're saying, but I feel a little differently.
Yeah.
Because the year before I started playing fantasy football, about 20 years ago, uh, and I was just watching football as it was. I was a fan in my first few years of watching the Rams play because they had the greatest show on turf with Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Kurt Warner, and Marshall Falk. And yeah, that year ended with them getting beat in the Super Bowl by a prepubescent fatty daddy Tom Brady. And so no, I didn't enjoy football before fantasy. The next year I started playing, and that has been it for me since then. So yeah, it wasn't fun before. It wasn't
Yeah.
watching that. Maybe I could have had
Um,
fun years later. I
Tom
don't know.
Brady Tom Brady can't hurt you anymore, Shane.
He
He
can't.
can't hurt you.
He can't. He can't. Those nightmares, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, listen, guys. Yeah, that's a lot of pain that we've deep trauma that we're
Yeah.
dealing with. But for those of you out there, have a great first week in the NFL on Sunday. Postseason baseball is right around the corner, and
Yes,
we will
sir.
be back next week, bringing you guys some more
Yeah,
greatness.
and hopefully we're both still alive in guillotine.
Yes, send the prayers up. Let it be blessed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. You guys take care. Al, love you, bro.
I love you. Peace.
Peace.